On this interview recording, I talked to Grzegorz Mazur, who is one of the leading experts for IT, modernization, and especially migration from legacy applications at Euvic. Let's jump right in. So the first step is to separately analyze pre-existing technology stack plus the data that's involved.
Yes, correct. So we need to identify the scope of the migration, which includes the applications, which are systems, modules, APIs, and so on that are supposed to be migrated, and also the data, which is because we can think of it like that. All of the systems, or most of the systems, like 90% plus of the systems, work on some kind of data. They are stored somewhere. In files, on some in the cloud or in the database, basically. Yeah,
right.
So you need to think of it. So you cannot skip that thing when you're migrating, because you might break things. So you need to ensure also the compatibility. Yeah, so when migrating to the newer technology, you need to not only migrate the code, the logic, but you also need to connect the data source. Either you connect to the old data source, as in this example, to that DBF files, which was also possible, but the customer decided to migrate to the newer database server, to the SQL server, Microsoft SQL server.
So I guess that's just from my own experience with kind of migration. So one of the pain points is usually that there is no existing integration for many systems, depending on the old system. So sometimes you need to find custom ways to bring the data into the new technology stack, basically, without losing it.
Yeah, correct.
So I guess that's one of the pain points, especially with very outdated systems.
Yes, definitely. Yes, you're right.
Totally different format. Okay, so then that's the first step.
Old-fashioned technology, no drivers might be available in newer frameworks to that old-fashioned technology of storing the data. There is no integration layer. There is no separation via the API. So there is a application which is connecting directly to the data source, without any abstraction layer. And then you need to also include that in your migration, because you might want to migrate the data from an old data source to the newer server, newer system, or to the cloud already, because in the migrations we also include the migration from on-prem to the cloud. So it's also one of the types of the migration. Or if you want to stay with the previous data source, then you need to ensure the compatibility. So the new framework which you are migrating to needs to somehow connect to the old data. And sometimes you want to add a so-called separation layer. So you might want to migrate to the very modern technology, but you want to put some separation layer, like the API, to allow that the data source stays where it is, because there might be a lot of logic there, in some strange technology, and you do not want to migrate that, and it's close to the data, and it needs to be, because of a lot of data stored there, and large operations are happening there. So you might want to leave it where it is, but only migrate the front end. So you want so migrate the old-fashioned desktop applications to the super more front-end UI, but you want to leave the data and the processing where it is. And this is the case in the banks and in the financial systems. So they are somehow they are enforced to leave that, because those systems are proven, they are certified. They are sometimes written in COBOL and so on, and they do not want to migrate everything to the modern technology.
So just to align, I'm giving you my brief summary of the first step. Modernization usually involves migration of data from one system to another. So the first step is always analyzing the pre-existing technology stack plus the existing data.
Yes.
Because both needs to be migrated, and sometimes separately. Sometimes migration starts from an outdated technology and the data needs to be separated manually. Euvic dives in deep into understanding your existing system to ensure we can lot out the best options for manually extracting data or building an interface.